is the democratization of Hollywood. It's a way for people all over the world. It's a global play who think they have a great script, think they're a great director, they've got a performance reel, they think they could be the next Al Pacino, Julia Roberts, whatever, Denzel Washington. They're going to send in their script or their performance reel to us. Every 2,500 submissions is a feature film. We bifurcate that into sections: 300 writers, 300 directors, 150 for leading man, 150 for leading woman, 200 for music score, and so on. And guys, the odds here are better than any odds on the planet ever. Imagine the prospect. You're competing against 149 other people. You've got a 1 in 150 shot of being the leading man in a movie. It doesn't get better than that. We think we're the first company ever to completely eliminate the casting couch. It's recorded as virtual. Good luck with that, right? Gone. We think we're the first company that completely eliminates mathematical gymnastics Hollywood style. It's based on the gross. We're the first company to share a piece of the proceeds with every single person that's connected to that film: makeup artists, extras, stuntmen. If you're in the film, you're going to get a piece of ownership because you should get a piece of the ownership. We're the first company that gives the odds of 1 in 300, not to get a laurel, which now today it's like odds in 1 in 20,000 if you've written a script. 1 in 300 to get your script made into a feature film. Oh my God, that is like ridiculous. Doesn't happen. These are firsts that'll change the industry.
I've been doing movies now for the last, 10, 12 years. We made 43 different movies from large to small. And it just gives people an opportunity, which is basically fundamentally what we've been doing over the course of those years. So we've crowdfunded all of our films, from, low budget movies to $3 million movies, actually. And we've always given the people who have invested in all of these movies the opportunity to be involved.
You ever have one of those days?
I'm having one of those days right now.
Now, what Jeff has invented beautifully is an opportunity for anyone, anywhere, to become involved. The chances of becoming involved in this industry, if you're not involved in Stardom Chance, are infinitesimally small. But this gives you a much greater chance, significantly much greater chance. And we, as soon as Jeff described it in the foyer of a hotel, it's one of those things where you only have to come out with a few sentences and you get it. And you realize this is obviously going to work. This is a proper gap in the market. My history has been in inventing things for gaps in the market, for spotting things that don't exist and filling them with product, not being frustrated that they don't exist, but getting on with actually making the thing, the product, the experience, the attraction, the movie, and giving people the wonderful chance. So my greatest satisfaction in life is when you finish a film. It's my responsibility to put together the spreadsheet that ultimately becomes the end roller. And that could be a spreadsheet of 300 different categories. I have to do that job, because if you miss somebody out, they're going to be really, really cross. So I can only take on that responsibility. And you sit there and you think, well, actually, if we hadn't have come up with that idea in that restaurant at that time and thought, do you think this is a good thing to do? And somebody said yes, all those 300 categories, all those 300 people, and some of those categories represent companies that involve more than 300 people, would not have been engaged in creating this creative product. It's not the red carpet, it's not the awards, it's not the claps at the end. That's the most exciting thing for me and the most rewarding thing. And it relates exactly to Stardom Chance, because you're giving people from the whole world this wide opportunity to get involved in the industry, which we all here find enormously exciting, and they will too.
But when he articulated, this opportunity, it resonated, because I knew we already had the foundation and the infrastructure to execute. So, having the private ledger, blockchain technology for over 20 years, it was very easy for us to open it up to a public ledger, such that we could have the competitions and those competitions could be vetted, and then we could ultimately issue the ownership of the film across all of the participating parties on a smart contract, and having that opportunity to democratize, the current system that is, as Jeff would say, it's fixed or it's rigged, and the underdog just doesn't have the opportunity. So, it's been a real pleasure and a real honor to support the initiative and be the co-founder and ensure that we are going to be able to execute not just in our issuance of our utility NFTs, but right behind that with the launch of the platform and the ingestion of the first 300 or so screenplays, and then the 300 or so directors competition. So it's a very, very exciting time. Every person that I speak to about the opportunity wants to be a part of it, either in front of or behind the camera. So the opportunity is global in nature, and it touches all 8 billion people on the planet, either as viewers of the content and the movies they produce, or those that want to participate in being a part of the competitions to be involved. And the last thing I want to add, we believe we will be the first NFT that's issued with a cold storage wallet and a smart card, that has not been done yet, that we invented that technology. So that same card will be the card that is utilized for your access to the private events, to your access behind the set, and to verify who you are when you are going to dinner with the screenwriter or the director, or the lead actor or lead actress, as we'll automate everything between those two parties in the contract. We will be, producing our first movie as, one of the world's first smart movies as well, where we will be indexing all of the metadata at every frame of the movie. So that metadata will include not only the information that people are typically Googling while watching a movie, so they'll be able to experience that, in real time without having to Google the film. They'll also be able to purchase the hat or the shoes or the earrings or the jacket or the clothing, okay, that is also being worn in the film, or they'll be able to learn about the vehicles that are being driven or the restaurant where the meal's being had. Everything that people are so curious about while watching a movie, we automate that entire process and make the movie smart to make the experience more efficient and make it immersive, so that when they come back to watch the film the second time or the third time, they can toggle on and off these feature sets on their phone that will synchronize with the movie being played on their TV, such that in real time, they'll be able to capture that knowledge more efficiently to have a different experience, an experience that quite honestly is currently broken while watching a film. Exciting time for us to be embarking on, not only the bundling of a competitive offering on a distributed ledger for smart contracts of film ownership, but then also into the monetization aspect of that film for perpetuity. We will not only be looking to pipe into distribution, but we will also be able to distribute the film in real time with all of our own technology directly to the world, for them to experience and consume.
What immediately grabbed my attention that Jeff created this model is it's so broken when you see thousands and thousands of screenplay competitions or script contests, where the average might have 1,000, anywhere up to 27,000 submissions. So these desperate screenwriters are paying $50 to $75. And I've shared a few of the Facebook posts the last few weeks with Jeff about people that the lucky ones that get the laurels, that's all they get. So if you're lucky enough to beat out thousands of other screenplay competition finalists, your movie never gets produced. Only 3% of them, even the winners, will get financed and produced. And by limiting it to 300, it changes everything. I mean, it's game changing. The reason I invested myself is I just want to invest a little bit of money to cheer Stardom Chance on. And that's why I'm investing. And I just wanted to share before I sign off here a little bit on the distribution model that's changed drastically in the last 6 months, but certainly the last 18 months. we all know, most people on the call know that you can now produce a film in 2022 for about 30 cents on the dollar. I mean, anyone out of film school knows the digital cameras, the really compact LED battery powered lights, the software, it's 80% cheaper than it was 15 years ago. But the really exciting news post-pandemic, and some might see it as bad news. I don't see it as bad news at all. The end of independent films having a big theatrical release, those days are over. It is what it is. Unless you're Top Gun, I'll probably pay next month $9 to see that, or Jurassic Park streaming. But most people aren't going to pay $7, $9, $10 to click an independent film with some B-level stars or anyone that's not a Tom Cruise. The exciting model, other than the subscription models we've known about for the past few years, Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, Disney Plus. If you're lucky enough to get picked up with them, great. You have the transactional video demand I just described, where you pay $5, $7. But the AVOD, the advertising video on demand, and the FAST channels, which is free ad-supported television, that has gone from about literally zero in 2019. That's going to surpass $6 billion 2 years from now. So me, as a filmmaker myself, I just launched a movie March 1st. We're getting ready to deliver a new film September 1st, which will launch 2023. One of my films just this month, July 1st, hit the AVOD FAST channels, and there's 10 times more people out of the 8 billion people Joe alluded to that will watch a movie for free than will pay $7, $9. So that new AVOD, these new FAST channels, that's going to grow over $6 billion. That is so exciting for the Stardom Chance model, because we can do $1 million or less budget. We can still have our big world premiere, but we can have the potential, if we get on one of these FAST channels, for millions and millions of people to see our film and monetize it.
Was impressed with the idea. A lot of people that I do work with, and I can verify the talk of going in for the small, minuscule percentage who actually have a dream come true within this industry. I do attend a lot of the modeling and talent conventions in New York as well as Los Angeles, where a lot of the agents and scouts do go out there to look for new faces, you know, for a pilot season, whatever have you, or to walk the runways over in Europe. But within this industry, especially within the glamour lifestyle industry, my family started the beauty pageant as well as the modeling competition industry really back in 1962. So I've grown up around it. Jeff has seen some of the, you know, celebrities that I've grown up with and have hobnobbed with. Again, I grew up in, so I wasn't ever too starstruck. But this model that he has come up with, and I look at a lot of the conventions and a lot of who goes there, and I could drop names of who has been discovered at these, but again, the percentage of who really do make it is very small. It is against all odds. A movie can be made against all odds. Our industry alludes itself to that. I always call it the glamour lifestyle industry. It's a foray into the entertainment industry, whether for the big or the small screen. And one huge part of this that I've always thought about with Jeff is, and it's one of the things I talk about when I'm on stage, is when you're on stage or you're in front of the camera, it could be you and a small ensemble. But if you turn that camera around, there could be literally hundreds of support personnel, as most who have spoken before me alluded to. So it really opens up the industry for those who may not always be in front of the screen, but there's just as rewarding a life behind the screen as a support personnel. So I've been waiting and waiting and waiting. We've been promoting Stardom Chance in different avenues, whether it was in print, online, or social media sites, etc. Once this actually fully realizes, Jeff and I will do another podcast. We had done one several years ago about really what the benefits of Stardom Chance are to, you know, those in the industry that are already in the industry, those who are trying to break into it as well. Again, I think this is an opportunity unlike any other that I've seen in my whole entire life. You know, between in front of the camera as well as out of the camera. So again, I've always been a supporter of Jeff, and I'm happy that he's brought me in. I'm very honored, and I'm really excited to see where this can take off on.
So my background really comes from systems. I worked at Oracle and Fortune 100, providing them database systems, all sorts of different technologies. Taken that and applied it to influencers. So now we manage thousands of different influencers. We do everything from doing the recruiting to managing the campaigns themselves, coordinating the campaigns, tracking the results, providing media, the whole gambit when it comes to influencers. So we get to see a lot of different brands that come through. And what I love about, Jeff, when we first started, I was a little skeptical. I kind of warned him that, budget, cash, hard, is king in this industry. If you want influencers and you want these people to be doing things, paying them money is, really the only guaranteed way to do this. But really to my surprise here, so we've sent this out to several hundred with, thousands more to go. But out of those several hundreds, we're seeing conversion rates. And the way that we work is we have our influencers opt in. We provide our influencers with these opportunities, and then they say, hey, that's interesting. And then we coordinate that with the brands. And so there's really an opt-in model there to make sure that these influencers are bought in. And, we're seeing conversion rates with Jeff and this model, this business model, this idea, in ways that you would with cold hard cash. But we're offering them chance at stardom. We're offering them fame. We're offering them NFTs, these things that I was a little surprised, but it makes sense after talking to all these influencers and really getting their feedback. It's really exciting for them. I think some of them even prefer a model like this over cash, in that what does an influencer love more than money than, going to that influencer party, getting to rub shoulders with the other influencers, growing their network. And so, like I said, we're seeing really, really high conversion rates of people that are saying, I'm interested. And then, to take a step back, these influencers that I represent are all over the gambit. And we have gamers on one side, we've got actors, personalities, TV, all sorts, YouTube, Instagram. I think we do a really good representation of the everyday influencer, if you will. Now, Justin Bieber probably doesn't need my marketing services, but the people 100,000, 50,000, 500,000, those are really kind of our specialties there. So these micro influencers, and yeah, we're just at the spearhead here, and we've had, like I said, a crazy conversion rate of people opting in and buying into this dream. And I'm just really excited. I'm excited to see, where this is going to go. And as somebody with these systems that's going to be managing this process, I'm excited to see this get to the tens of thousands and really just impact all of those people. And kind of on a side note, listening, I actually, I'm not the expert when it comes to movies, and I've had a really good comeuppance after this experience. But I've learned that my influencers, a lot of them are these, actors on the side that, haven't quite made it. So they, have grown their communities to 50K or whatever online. And so we're providing a huge service to those people that don't get those callbacks, if you will. So I don't know, it's I've taken pretty much no money for this role. Everything I charge Jeff is just my cost. So I'm devoting all my time and efforts here just because I believe in the vision of this and where it can go. And just excited to be here, excited for the many movies to come.
He presented this opportunity that I believe, being somebody who's an actor, choreographer, dancer, kind of whatever you can do when you're within this realm of professionalism, and knowing the today ins and outs of what people who are, actually in the business go through, as well as what opportunities would have been amazing had I been straight out of college, or if I wanted to stay at home and be able to have this experience afforded to me, I think allows for a vast array of just blessings all around. I think the model kind of speaks for itself. The technology speaks for itself. He came to me. We came out to California. I was able to reach out to my associates and friends of the business that I spent years of the hard work and dedication being around in different ways for us to accomplish I think are really quality commercials and a great launching platform to show the array of kind of talent, from dance to the acting to just the overall production of it all. And he's also been, for me, the driving force of why so many quality people have come in, just the amount of growth from that first phone call to today. And I just got off the phone, Jeff, with starting the initiation for us having a deal for our TV show. I think that's going to be really good because I reached out to somebody that I've been working with for maybe 10 to 10 plus years doing romantic comedies, horror films. He had the #1 dance movie, You Got Served. So the quality is where I think I find the importance and where I find my dedication. And I feel like with the wave of Stardom going from just Stardom Chance to Stardom Urban to Stardom Korea to Stardom UK, shows that this is something that if you put the time and effort from wherever your specificity comes from, if you add what your experience has allowed you to be associated with to this kind of endeavor, I think what comes out of it is something that changes the world, something that moves the needle. Definitely associated with, you know, education and what we were going to do with Kaiser University and opportunities of that with acting classes, dance classes, from independent stuff to conglomerates. I feel like there's something for everybody to get involved with, and that's what no production anything has to offer. So yeah, that's why I'm fully in. That's why I'm fully invested.
I'm gonna be fully transparent. I don't know nothing about movies, but I'm a businessman. I know about making money. And I look at opportunities. In regards to opportunities, we're all here want to make a difference, not only in the people that we touch, but also in our lives, right? We're not a nonprofit organization. We're not, we all devote a lot of time, but in the end of the day, I also want to have an opportunity to make a difference in people's lives. So not many people have really excited me as much as when I saw this project of Stardom Chance a while back. And in my desk, and a little bit about me, I own multiple companies in the financial industry, from the consumer side to the business side. So I get a lot of opportunities come through my desk, and there's only very few that I emotionally get attached to this, right? I worked with an influencer, so following what Adam Smith said, to me, you can be an influencer, but you're really an influencer. You have actually a following that you have a captive audience. I've had people in my office that have 2-3 million followers, and I tell them, it's like, well, let's go in a live, and then you have 5 people in a live. Then you don't have no really influence. And I got people. There's a gentleman on my wall that have a signed T-shirt. He might have had less than 100,000, but I owe probably half of my company, one of my companies, to him, because he had influence in his community. So when I found out about this project, that through friends of ours, common friends, Jeff and I really wanted to be emotionally attached, because it got me excited, because it's something that's going to give opportunities to so many people to change their lives. I think we're disrupting. I remember the days I used to walk into Blockbuster and get a movie, and it was like, you smell the popcorn. Those days are long gone. Now we got even Redbox. I mean, I was amazed that there was a Redbox at Publix the other day. I passed by a Publix, like, do they exist, those boxes? Everything's already online. Yeah. So I believe this is the next step. I truly believe it. I believe in the vision. And just like Warren Buffett said one time in a convention that I was be a part of, he said, I don't invest in companies. I invest in people. I look at the passion. And when I see the passion of every single one of you guys here, including Jeff and Marisa Langos, when I hear him talk about his project, Ariel, it excites me, because when there's passion behind it, there's success behind it, and there's a movement. And I think I can bore you to death. I'm not taking too much of your time, but that's why I love to participate. We have a great Rolodex out here in Miami. As we all know, Miami is the Latino, I don't know the Hollywood, but I know we have this is part of South America. This is a different country. And then bringing in professionals like Marisa Lenguas, Ariel Hernandez. I have my executive down here sitting in front of me, that's handling my Miami office. We are all grateful. We respect Jeff's job. Everything he's done so far is amazing. We're excited. All of my entire executive team and relationships that we have are excited to be a part of this. It's a journey that I think we're going to be a proud of. And just like I just told Ariel, it is there. I told Ariel a few minutes ago, take a picture of this screen. You're going to remember it. Yeah. I'm a true believer of law of attraction. I believe that if you really believe in it, you think about it, and you breathe it, and you taste it, it's going to happen. I'm a true testament in many ways. I'm supposed to be in a wheelchair. I've had to learn how to walk. I'm 43 years old. I'm not in a wheelchair yet. So there's mind power is incredible. And I truly believe this is going to be something that's going to be successful. Our relationships down here, and just name a little bit of relationship like Bad Bunny, Maluma, J Balvin, all people we have contacts with. I'm partnered up with another relationship that has A-listers. The relationship that Marisa Lenguas has, it makes, I told Jeff and Marisa, I'm sorry to tell, I'm gonna be honest with you. I told Jeff, I said, Jeff, Marisa's Lenguas celebrity list makes me look like I had a Publix receipt. So on behalf of my relationships, on behalf of the Latino community down here in Miami, I can still say that you have 100% my support. And we're gonna change a lot of lives together.
I'm very excited. I can't sleep yesterday because they're excited, and I'm very glad to be here. The things are very amazing because when I was young, I was living in a small community where it's the actors in Mexico. So I can live with them, and I know really well. So they have good times and bad times with the money, So I hear this project and I saw everybody can be a part of financial, everybody can be a owner of participant of these movies. So this is gonna bring them economic lifestyle very different that they have. And the other part that I'm so excited, the world is changing. The Web 3.0 is here. Now we can invest in the web. Now we can live from investing on the web. So I'm very excited to be part of this new trip, new adventure. What I think is, I'm very sure, Jose, I take a picture of the screen. I'm very sure this is a story. It's a historic day, so I'm glad to be here.
One thing that I love about your project, about everything, beside that you're gonna give everybody same opportunity, is that you are working in what Mauricio and I like to call the new economy. World change, economy change. NFT, cryptocurrency, smart contract are here to stay. Make the things easy, faster, and cheaper. So we are really excited to be part of this movement, to be part of the new wave, and count with our energy, our international influence, and we know so many amazing places. So we are very pleased to be here. I'm glad to be with all you guys. I'm pretty sure that we're gonna do something amazing together.
We do all sorts of Web3 consulting. My agency specializes in the marketing end. We started out as a music marketing company and got into talent management similar to Adam. And so very fascinating how many influencers we work with that have huge followings and want to get into the acting space. And without an agent, it's super gatekept, super who do you know, who did you meet at a party, whatever it is. And so that's where it doesn't surprise me at all, Jeff and Adam, that the conversion rate is high on something like this. And also just being a new industry. Again, I think a lot of these influencers and kind of Web2 people, we call them, they're all open to the Web3 space, but it takes a project like this that actually has a roadmap behind it and actually has something to it. And it's not just a picture of the new rubber ducky NFT. So that's a huge piece of it. And then, like I said, our background now over the past year has been a lot of in the Web3 marketing side of things. And so super good to work with Jeff and all the pieces we currently have on kind of the celebrity end, but make sure we're taking this to the Web3 community and putting it in front of all these projects that are already established, putting it in front of influencers in the Web3 space, because I think there's a cool crossover of, like I said, this is a it has utility, and this is something that someone can know nothing about NFTs about and want to get involved with. But there's also a huge community of people that are investing in the Web3 space that want to see a project like this. And so those are kind of the holes we're trying to fill in.
I find this very exciting. And Jeff, you have a hell of a network. And I think here you can really showcase that. It's very exciting just to be around this type of people, honestly, from the people that I've met, from the people that I've heard, and the people that I'm yet to meet. I think this is very powerful. And Nick, correct me if I'm wrong, but something the Web3 space is missing is people like you guys who actually know your stuff and are trying to join this space from a place of knowledge. One of the things that I decided to do with Jelly, which is the agency that I run, is try to onboard more Web2 people into the Web3 space, because going over that barrier is easier than just pulling up a random ass Web3 project, then tries to become a professional at something and the best at something. Well, they don't really have the experience for it. Keen on seeing how we can turn this value proposition into something that's Web3 compatible, something that people in the space are going to love, and get conversions up, get this going.
I share the passion that Jeff has. I've owned companies myself. And it's pretty infectious when Jeff talks about the company and I'm on the call with influencers. He makes everything fluent, thank God. I became an influencer basically because my kid had a bunch of friends over and I was helping my kid get an account to 1 million, and they all told me I was too old and it couldn't happen. At 2.2 million, and now they all want to come to the house and film and be in all my videos. I was a skep, just like the rest of the influencers that I talked to when I first get on a call. My selling point is Jeff and this company and this idea. I myself am in my 40s. I know I look like I'm in my 20s, guys. I appreciate that. But an opportunity to be in the movies at my age, it's been a dream my whole entire life. It just hasn't happened yet. And here comes Jeff telling me he can make it happen. So I had to listen. And now after talking to him every single day since the day we met several times, talking to influencers with 1 million, 5 million, 20 million, our job here is to get them all on board and sell these NFTs. There is some roadblocks. I'm not going to say it's easy. When they're kids, a lot of them. And when you're dealing with a lot of kids, you're dealing with that skep, and they all don't believe in, like Adam had said, Jerry Maguire, show me the money. So we're not offering money up front, and we have to get them to believe in what we're doing for them. So the ones that take this leap of faith with us, they will be successful, because I really believe in the project and what Jeff's doing. And the ones that don't are going to be sitting back watching a movie going, wasn't I supposed to be in that project? Oh, what happened? They'll be ringing our phone. We're gonna go far. You and I are brainstorming on our best creativeness to get them to come on board. I told you my idea that we're gonna do for a video today. He's just gonna go skyrocket, and I'm just glad to be on board. And it is great to hear everybody that spoke today. You have a great team behind you here, and I'm just happy to be part of it.
We focus very much on the kind of NFT Web3 space. And we get at least 1 or 2 projects come to us a day, every day, 2 or 3 projects every day. And it's been the same for the last 12 months. And they're all NFT based projects, and we are extremely picky. We have to be very, very selective about who we work with. And probably like everyone else on this call, when we met Jeff, we had a feeling that there was something different about this project. Now, unfortunately, David's not here. He's the eternal optimist. I'm the opposite guy. I'm the guy who's looking at the detail. I question everything. I look at all aspects of the project. And there was three distinct things that stood out for us. One, of course, was the utility. Now, anyone who's in the NFT space, we talk about utility all of the time. And we get projects coming to us, as I said, every day with different utility, but the Stardom Babies, the whole NFT sort of project design really stood out to us. And that was a really important factor for us to even consider looking at the project. The second thing was the team. Anybody, again, in any kind of space, whether it's crypto, NFT, or in the normal world, they look at the team behind this, and we soon realized the strength of this team, not only just within Jeff himself, but the guys behind all of the NFT related stuff, the True Badger, Nexus guys, Joe's team, the technology behind that. I'm a tech guy, and when I started to see the strength of the technology behind this project, and the strength and passion of the team, again, we knew that this was a bit different. And then the third element was the bigger picture. And this is something I've been talking to people about, is that it's the big project. It's not just about the NFT. It's about Stardom Chance Studios. It's about everything that you guys have been talking about up until this point, giving people the chance, really opening up and disrupting the model, disrupting the Hollywood. And we love disruption. We're Web3 guys. We love anything that's disruptive in such a positive way. So with those three things, we considered the project, but we went beyond that. As Jeff said, we've become pretty much full-blown partners. We've stopped doing things. We've stopped working on some of our own projects to focus on this, and we've been investing our own money. So we have been investing in some of the influencers we work with. Adam mentioned it perfectly before. Many influencers want money. They want paying up front, and so we are that sort of convinced about Jeff and the project and the team and everything that goes with it, that we were prepared to invest our own money. And so we're working with micro influencers now, as well as the bigger guys, and really trying to spread this thing. So it's all about the NFT here and now, but we honestly believe, like we've discussed with everyone else, that this project has a long way to go. As you said, we've got contacts in the UAE, so we're talking about potential reality shows in Dubai. Jeff's talking to people in Thailand. We've obviously got the UK connections, so we've got an awful lot to go at. So yeah, we're just really proud to be part of the team. And as I said, I'm a details guy. There's very little that gets past me when it comes to these kind of projects, and I'm 100% behind it.